Hello and welcome to Sociology 101. I'm Kim Johannick, your instructor, and the purpose of this briefing is to give you an overview as to the syllabus and the particulars of this course that you'll be taking with me for the next 15 weeks. I understand that a lot of you are taking sociology because it's a required course, but it is my hope by the end of the semester that I will enthuse on you what sociology is all about and give you a better understanding of how you can use it to better understand the society in which you operate and how you operate within that society. As such, this course is going to present to you the basic concepts and principles of sociology. We're going to look at culture, social interaction, institutions, and social change, just to name a few. Here are the expectations of this course. First and foremost, understand that this course is not self-paced. You cannot work ahead and you cannot catch up if you fall behind. The course week begins on Tuesday at morning and closes on the following Monday at midnight. So you have those days in which to complete your assignments. You must complete all assignments, tests, discussion boards, and all course requirements by the posted mandatory deadlines in order to receive the full point, or any points at all, depending. I know a lot of students take online courses with the expectation that they're going to be easier than a traditional course, and while there are a great many pros associated with online learning, you don't need to find a parking spot, you save gas by not having to drive to campus, you get to do it from wherever you're at. There are also some things that you need to understand as they relate to online learning. For a 3-credit class such as this, you can anticipate spending 9 to 12 hours per week on readings, discussions, blogs, assignments, etc. While some students may be able to do it in less time, some students may take more time. But please understand that in many ways, this is often or actually more difficult than a traditional class. Here's some technical and skills information that you need to know. This course will not teach you how to utilize Blackboard. If this is your first online course and you have never experienced online learning via Blackboard, then I strongly encourage you to go to the campus and take one of the training courses that they have on the basics of Blackboard. They're not time consuming and it will make your life much easier, particularly in the first 1 to 3 weeks of this course. If you live away from the campus, then you can do something as simple as go into YouTube and Google Blackboard 9.1, and that'll help you better understand the components. Make sure you have a reliable computer, and also make sure that you have a backup system in case that computer is not so reliable after all. Make sure you have access to the internet, Windows 95 or higher, or a Macintosh running system, the ability to access PDF files, YouTube videos, etc., and a reliable web browser. I recommend you use either Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, as it works best with Blackboard. And trust me, I learned that the hard way myself. Anytime you submit a written assignment, make sure you have the information in the first bullet there on the upper right-hand side of your paper. It's not for me to be anal retentive, but rather I often print off written assignments and bring them with me when I travel or back and forth between work and home. All papers have to be double-spaced using a 12-inch font with a 1-inch margin. All assignments will be submitted electronically via the assignments deliverable. There's a YouTube video posted which will specifically explain how to do this. Emailed assignments, unless specifically requested by me, will not be graded. Here's some general administrative information. Remember, it is your responsibility to drop the course. If you fail to file that drop request by the deadline, then you will receive an F for this course. You must utilize your CWI email for all correspondence with me. As soon as you became a student at CWI, you received a CWI email account. If you send it on your Hotmail account or your Gmail account, it often ends up in my email as spam. It is also your responsibility to closely monitor your CWI account to avoid missing any messages or deadlines. The end of course evaluation will open up approximately 2 weeks before the end of course. It is completely anonymous and is required at the completion of the semester. If by chance you have a disability that you believe may require accommodations by me, then you are encouraged to contact the One Stop Student Services Center. Unless arrangements are made through this office to me, accommodations will not be made. For all written papers, you will be reduced 1 grade lower than the grade it otherwise you would have received for each day it is late. For example, if you had submitted an A paper, but you submitted it 2 days late, your grade will automatically be dropped to a C. Any paper that is more than 3 days late will not be accepted. So as such, you need to manage your time accordingly. Late work will not be accepted without prior arrangement to me specifically. I don't use extra credit except on rare occasions, so don't plan on using extra credit to supplement your grade. Here's what you can expect from me. I will provide feedback for all assessments utilizing the Blackboard gradebook within 7 days of the completion of that week. Sometimes, depending on my schedule, I can get it done sooner, and sometimes it takes me longer than 7 days. If something comes up that doesn't allow me to meet that suspense, I will send an email to all of you letting you know of the situation. I will strive to provide you comments and feedback which will allow you to continue to improve. Those comments and feedback will be located within your Blackboard gradebook. Except on weekends, when I try to spend as much time as possible with my kids, I will work to return your emails within 24 hours. I will also provide you examples of what I am looking for in regards to papers, discussion boards, and blogs. That way you know what I am looking for, how I grade specifically, and this will help you provide or submit better work. In return, here's what I expect from you. Full participation in the course, professional discussions on the discussion board. While I want you to feel that you can speak freely in the discussion board, please just keep it professional. If you have any questions or concerns, utilize the discussion board forum that I will post. It is often found that another student can answer that question sooner than I can. If it is a specific question or one that concerns or is in relation to time, i.e. you need a test reset and you're running out of time, then please email me specifically. It is your responsibility to monitor your grade. If issues are not raised to me within 7 days at the completion of that week, that grade will stand as given. Plagiarism. Bottom line, don't do it. If you get caught, you will receive an automatic F for this course. I run papers through a plagiarism checker, so do not risk the consequences. Ensure you always cite and reference as appropriate. I don't care what format you use. You can use APA, you can use MLA, just as long as you use it. Here's the breakout of the course requirements. One component of the course will be quizzes. These will be 20 points each and will consist of material from the textbook, additional readings, and PowerPoint presentations. You will have a fixed completion of time, and for every minute you exceed that time limit, you will lose 1 point. I will only reset a quiz once for a student within the semester. Discussion boards. There is an explicit rubric which outlines the expectations of the DB, and we will discuss this here later in this briefing. Your post, in which you respond to the question that I will post, must be a minimum of 250 words. To achieve full points, you must post within the first 3 days of the week, and this can be a response to another student. So basically this means before Thursday at midnight. And you have to post on at least 2 different days in order to receive the full amount of points. Use of the textbook, use of the textbook is required, and use of outside resources is encouraged. Spelling and grammar, as well as proper citations and references, will also impact your grade. Written papers. I'm not going to go into the specifics as to the written papers because we'll address those as they come up in the given weeks. But usually these are about a 2 to 3 page written assignment, unless specifically noted. They have to be uploaded as an attachment to Blackboard as a deliverable. Do not copy paste the assignment into the deliverable. This allows me to provide comments in the body of your paper as needed. Paper submitted as a copy paste simply will not be graded. Blogs. This will be on a weekly basis except during week 15. I will pose a question at the beginning of each week, and you will respond via a blog. There's no required format, and you only need to post one blog in response, but are encouraged to read through and comment on other students' blogs. The chart below shows the grade breakout. You automatically get 1 point by posting a blog. If the post is more than 250 words in length, you get 1 point. If it's less than 250 words, you don't receive any points. If you wait until the last day, which will be Monday, to post, you don't get any points. And if you post any time prior, you will get 1 point. If you utilize your textbook and or outside resources to support your blog, you will get 2 points. And if you don't use your textbook, then you will only receive 1 point. So as you can see, if you follow the requirements, you will receive 5 points each week. I know it's a small amount of points, but don't take it lightly, because 5 points over 14 weeks adds up quickly. There will be a final examination. It will be comprehensive for all material presented within the semester. It'll be worth 60 points and given online during week 15. Each week I will post a self-study, self-quiz review. I urge you to take the time to go through it, just to familiarize yourself with the information, and those will be available throughout the entire semester. Here is the online discussion board rubric. And as you can see, you're given points from 4 to 0 based on response quantity, your ability to answer the questions I pose, the timeliness of posting, and peer responsiveness. So let's look at what you need to do to get a full 20 points. First, you must post more than 2 responses per assignment on 2 different days. So if I go in and I post on Wednesday and then again on Thursday, 1 post on Wednesday and then 2 posts on Thursday, you will receive the full amount of 4 points there. However, if you do all your postings in 1 day, you'll only receive 3 points. Only 2 responses, 2 points, and you can follow the rubric there. On the second piece, response answers instructor questions, I want you to be substantive and well thought out on each of the questions that I pose. Use of assigned readings and or outside sources quoted to not just limited to terminology. Don't just give me the definition. If you do that, you will be dropped down to 3 points. You can continue to read down here. Very brief, non-substantive posting will get you 1 point. Here's the piece that I get heat on each semester. You must post your initial response, and that can be a response to another student within the first 3 days of the week. So by Thursday. I know that you're all very busy, which is maybe one of the reasons why you're taking an online course, but it was getting to the point where I was giving the same amount of points to a student that posted at midnight on the last night of the course as the student who was on time, posted information throughout the week. So this is to ensure that everybody has a chance to do their postings and also to do their responses, which leads us to the next piece. You need to respond to a minimum of 2 other students' postings. When you do so, I want you to not just say what I refer to as the cheerleader handoff, which is, good job, that's an excellent post, I agree, but rather I want you to analyze their response, ask them extending questions, and critically analyze their comments. All postings to other students should have an extending question, like, here's what I think you're saying, what do you think? Or here's how I can relate to that, what's your take on it? The whole purpose of this is to facilitate ongoing discussion. So if you just post a good job, that's not going to facilitate the discussion that I'm looking for. Finally, the response quality. Spelling and grammar counts. So make sure that if you have problems in this area, you might want to think about writing your response initially on a Word document, running a spell check, and then copying and pasting it into the discussion board. Make sure you utilize proper citations and references, and that your posting meets that 250 or more word requirement. Okay, that brings us to the completion of this. Again, this was just a general overview of the syllabus. If you have specific questions, please post them in the forum that I have on the discussion board, and if they're time sensitive, then email me directly. I look forward to spending the next 15 weeks with you, and here's to sociology.